Hi everyone, I am Vishal from Pragati software, and in this video we're going to see how to create a dynamic VLOOKUP in Excel 2010. So let me just take you to my screen. So what you see here is in two sheets. The sheet 1 we have got a form which is supposed to fetch data from salary sheet, right? So let me just show you the salary sheet as well. So this is data for all the 100 employees, and we are supposed to get employee details on employee detail sheet. For the same, we will use VLOOKUP. This is assuming that you are already aware of VLOOKUP. We're going to use VLOOKUP. The lookup value for employee code number 1, which is in B3, from salary sheet and the selected array, wherein the column which I want to fetch for the name is first name, which is the second column, and I want exact match for employee code number 1, right? So in this case the column index number has been provided manually. So if I change the column index number from 2 to 4, it will give me, in this case it is showing sales because fourth column is department and the fifth column is region. So for my department I will use column number 4, and for my salary I know that it's in column number 8. So the procedure of changing the column index number manually can be automated using another function. So in VLOOKUP, the third argument is column index number, and it doesn't matter how you are going to derive it. You put it manually or use some other way to get a value 2 or 4 or 5, whatever the case may be. So in this case, VLOOKUP should be provided with value 2 based on the label. In this case, the label is first name, and since we know that in salary table second column is your name, so that's the reason we have provided 2. Now instead of putting 2, we can use a function which will give me value 2. For that I'm going to use a function match. So let me demonstrate before we can use it with VLOOKUP how match works. So match will match the label, in this case value from cell A5, and the lookup array would be just the headers, because it is supposed to provide the position. So if you have a table, it will not be able to provide you a position. It has to be a single array, either a single row or a single column. And since my values that I'm searching for is in the first row, the headers, I'll just select the first row and I'm going to freeze it. That's the second argument. So lookup value, lookup array, and the match type is exact match, so I'm going to use 0. So this is what we want, right? The second column, the second value of the array, second item, second position is first name. So if I copy the formula and paste it down, so in this case match is searching for A7, the value from A7, that is region, in the salary header, in this case A1 to H1, and it is giving me the position of region in the header, which is 5th, and I copy and I paste for department and salary. So now we just have to use match in conjunction to VLOOKUP to get the values for employee code number 1. So VLOOKUP, lookup value in this case is employee code number 1, and the table array is from salary table and the given selection, comma, in this case column index number will not be put manually. We're going to use the function match that we've already seen. Match, and match lookup value would be first name of employee details, and I'm not going to freeze it since I know that I'm going to paste the formula down, copy the formula and paste it in the next few rows. So I'm not going to change or freeze this cell reference. Alright, the lookup array again would be salary header, and I'm going to freeze this because I don't want this reference to change, comma, exact match, that would be 0. So as soon as I close match, I return back to VLOOKUP. You notice the tooltip right here. So now we are again back in column index number. Now this match should be able to give me the value required for column index number. So the argument for column index number will get a value. So I'm going to close the argument, and in range lookup I would say exact match for VLOOKUP. So please do not confuse it for match. This range lookup is for VLOOKUP. So if you keep on looking at your tooltip, keep following your tooltip, you will not make a mistake. So I'm going to close this. So Raja. Alright, so let's check if I change the employee code from 1 to 2. So changes 3, 4, 5, and let's say 89. Let's see the formulas. So in this case, the normal VLOOKUP, we had just used the VLOOKUP and the column references put manually, but in the case of VLOOKUP and match, we have not provided any such reference manually. We are using match to automatically fetch the values. So let's look at the real fun here. So if I change this first name to last name, so obviously the normal VLOOKUP where we have put the values manually rather, does not change. It is not dependent on the labels at all. So this person's first name is Tejal and last name is Patel. So my dynamic VLOOKUP is identifying that the label has changed and provides me the respective values. So in this case, let me change region to branch. So similarly, branch Aligarh, and department. So let's get our, let's say, hire date. So let me check. I think I have got my hire date wrong. So you need also to understand that it has to match exactly. So it is just the format which is different, otherwise the hire date is the same. So if I change the format, 21st Feb 1979, So let's check for employee code 89. So let's go down right here. Tejal Patel, sales, Aligarh, joining date 21st Feb 1979. So here we are. This is what a dynamic VLOOKUP is. I hope you explore it. Do get in touch if you need any more help regarding dynamic VLOOKUP or any other Excel related queries. We will ensure that we address it, right? Thank you very much.